interviews, analysis. This is Hog Football Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino Mobile Studios. Now with Tommy Kraft, here's John Neighbors.
Well, actually, we got a couple of other people in studio today for the Hog Reaction show, sponsored by Randall Ford, Bud Light, and Cherokee Casino Studios. It's Phil Elson with Ty Richardson. That's right. Halftime is post-game, or post-time, I guess is the right way to put it. And we definitely want your reaction. That's what this show is all about today. 877-377-6963, the number to get in on the Cherokee Casino hotline. That's good for a phone call or for a text. And I guess we are expecting a lot of reactions from Razorback fans after a close shave against Portland State. Arkansas picks up the 20-13 win. And no matter what, I mean, you can look at all the statistics. You can look at anything that you might have seen during the game. But if you were an alien and you had no idea what was going on the field, you just saw the final score between an SEC team and an FCS opponent, and one that is not expected to be a great FCS team even at that level. When you see the final score and you know that the Vikings had a chance in the last minute, albeit on a rather lengthy field, to go down the field for a game-tying score, it's a head-scratching Saturday for Arkansas to open up year two for Chad Morris. Ty, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. It was a one-possession game at the beginning of the game. That would have been fine. You would have been okay as an Arkansas fan. For it to be a one-possession game late in the fourth quarter where an interception, the second-string quarterback inserted because of an injury, the fact that you couldn't muster more than 20 points on an FCS opponent that was giving up more than 30 points a game last year to FCS opponents, it's pathetic. It absolutely is pathetic. I don't care if Chad Morris is not using all of his playbook, because a lot of us assume he didn't want to reveal what he was going to try and do against Ole Miss and some of the other opponents he was taking on. That is an embarrassing performance. All year we heard, all offseason we heard how this team was going to be ever. What out of that, outside of a few little things, include the defense, maybe Sam Loy, can you look at that football team and say, man, I'm really excited about this year? Nothing, Phil. That was garbage. Absolute garbage. There, and every single take, I will be shocked, whether it's text, calls, tweets, Facebook mentions, emails, whatever, if the social media stuff and the responses aren't blatantly 90+% negative. They should be after what you just watched.
Well, you would take anything that you see, I guess, in this game in a positive manner with a grain of salt, no matter what. I mean, you would take the negative things without the salt. They're seasoned well enough. And so you could split this game between a good performance from the defense, admittedly, and I'd say I got the point total right. Thought they'd give up 13. The touchdown at the end of the game, a little bit fluky, but it did float through some hands on the way to the big tight end for Portland State. Hold them to just 230 total yards. 2.7 yards per rush. Pretty much they spent a lot of the game in the Portland State backfield, chasing the quarterback around, knocked him out of the game, sacked him 6 times. You get 3 takeaways. Cam Curl had a nice game. McTelvin Agim, a good game. Agim with 6 tackles, couple of sacks. Curl, 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. Joe Fouché, couple of breakups and an interception. But you look on the offensive side, and offensively, I think you hit on it right there, Ty. It was where was the offense that we've been hearing about, and supposedly the comfort level of running that offense with Ben Hicks as your quarterback. I mean, that is the reason that Hicks is QB1 for this ball game, and Chad Morris was up front about it last week, saying, earlier this week, his experience in the offense at SMU and being in this specific offense with Arkansas since January was the sole reason that Ben Hicks was the starting quarterback. And really, I mean, you never felt like there was that pace, that tempo that we've heard about. We didn't see a lot of or really any deep balls in the first half at all. A lot of dinking and dunking, a lot of looking for the tight ends, and there just weren't a lot of plays, I think, made by Ben Hicks. He was a little bit off, finishing 14 of 29 for 143 yards. The quarterback conversation, Ty, is dominated so much. And were you surprised to see Nick Starkel come in when he came in? I wasn't surprised that Starkel played. I was just surprised that he played in the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's almost like Chad Morris said, well, this is my 2-minute quarterback. And it just didn't work out very well. Starkel finishes 4 for 5, and I thought he had the best throw of the game, a 20-yard strike downfield to Traylon Burks. But then there's a head-scratching interception. You wonder what's going on. Throws it right into the middle of the field, and it's right there into the hands of the defender. And also what happened at the end of the first half with that clock management or lack thereof or lack of awareness of what you need at that moment, which essentially is spiking the ball, setting up for your field goal, and not taking the risk that cost Arkansas 3 points.
Every quarterback dreams of being handed a goal-to-go situation when you're about, I'm going to say 20 or so, because that's where they got that interception, and he was given the opportunity to take over, and yet he threw that INT that was not only picked off, but it would have been picked off by the other guy if that guy had not intercepted the pass. Like if that one Portland State defender hadn't intercepted it, another guy would. He just stared him down the whole time. It was an easy interception. And then the clock mismanagement at the end of the second quarter and to go into the half was really weird. I thought a spike would have been called. I don't know if that was Chad and Joe from the sidelines motioning and telling him to get a play in, but you had a weird, I think it was a swing pass to Rakeem Boyd, and he didn't get out of bounds, or maybe it was Chase Hayden and finally got out of bounds, and the clock had already expired. It was just a weird sequence of events, and the offense just did not look up to par today. And I'll go back to what I said to start at the segment. I don't care if you're not using the whole playbook. I don't care if you are holding things back for Ole Miss. You should be able to score more than 20 points on Portland State.
Whatever it is that you're running, you also want to you want to see it run crisply, and with organization and like you're doing whatever is called out there is called for a reason. And there just seemed to be, I don't know if out and out confusion is the idea, but it just it wasn't an offense that was all on the same page, and maybe that speaks a little bit to the idea that it is very much a brand new offense. You could look at the fact that it's 11 different starters from last year's opening game, and I think 8 different starters from the season's ending game against Missouri. And, whatever happens in practice for the last 4 weeks and the scrimmages and all of that, you're not playing against a team that's necessarily game planning for you. And again, offensively, you're right, though, Ty. Whatever it is that you run, if it's 100% of your playbook or like last year, 30% of your playbook, whatever the percentage that they use today, you want to see it run well. And it just wasn't really run very well overall.
And we got a couple disappointed Hog fans, and even one of the biggest supporters there is Eddie in Clarksville sent me a text after the game, really disappointed. He's called into the phone line, so we're going to go ahead and bring him in. Eddie, it seems like you've changed your tone, man, since watching that game. What about it?
Well, I'm going to address this team today, if you would allow me, sir. And I know this fan base, and I had great enthusiasm. Do you remember me, the more passionate fans, sir, in the country than Eddie from Clarksville? I love this team. Over the decades, I got to witness, and I got to see that Friday at Warren Moore Stadium from members of the 78 Orange Bowl. They understood when you stepped out on the playing field, that is your report card. And on the offensive side of the ball, and I'm still for you, Coach Morris, you're the good shepherd of this program, but we need work on our coaching staff. We need players on our offensive line, and we need players on our offensive team. We got offensive weapons, no doubt about it, but we can't utilize them because we're not in sync. We cannot. That performance on a team at home, you should dominate. And I don't know here's the season started, and I don't know where you go from here. How can you improve? Let's get to the offensive line. You get no excuses. Let me tell you something. I counted 12 or more times that the defensive line was in our backfield before our players got the ball. Maybe Ben Hicks will be a little better executing the play if he's not on his right end. What's going on up there? You can block better than that. If you don't block better than that, what did we go last year? 2-10? Well, maybe 3 or 4 wins. I had high hopes, and I still have high hopes, that this team can go to a bowl. But put that performance on the field, whether it's on the playing field or on your job in real life, when you graduate college, you're going to be fired. And so that's just the reality of it. I mean, for our defense, that's the bright spot of the team. But you play pretty good for 3 quarters, and then you quit in the 4th quarter. What's going on there? It's a 4-quarter game. I'm calling that. I mean, for 4 years, even before Coach Morris got up there, we have teams that quit. You want to play 2 quarters, and I'll play 1 half, and I'll play the 2nd half. And I'm speaking truth today. And you know it, and I know it. And if your players, instead of going, we're out to eat tonight after you take the shower, you need to get the stadium lights, the coaching staff, back out on that playing field. Because you're not in sync, you're not in rhythm, and I mean, that's not the recipe to win games. And this fan base takes great pride. They look for you for hope on game day. And what do? You pull out a. I don't want to hear Coach Morris. And like I said, I'm for you, Coach Morris. And I'm going to church tomorrow, and I'm getting down on my knees. And I'm going to look to the heavens above, and I'm going to bow my head. And I'm going to pray to God for patience for our fan base, because that's what it's going to take this year. And I'm going to pray for this team that our players will play all 4 quarters. And then I'm going to pray for the coaching staff that they coach better. I mean, what was that debacle before the half on clock management? We should have got points out of that. That cannot happen. And so, for the coaching staff, sit in judgment on yourself, too. And so, for the team, I don't know what you take from this game. A win? Okay, it's a win. But I'm going to tell you something. This fan base loves you. They look for you. They want you to play better. They take pride in you. Where is your fight? And with offensive line, don't you go to sleep this week. You get out on that field. That's the only way you're going to get better. Don't you go eat your bonbons and your Twinkies and get your chocolate milk. You get out there and go to work, because we got a very important game. And I'm still bringing the bells to Oxford. And you put that to them, and by the way, they lost today. But you bring that performance you brought today, I don't care who you play, you don't get beat. And I'm not judging for Oxford to lose. So I'm going to do my part. You're going to do yours. But I'm going to hold you accountable for it. And so is this fan base. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, Eddie. He wants to know where it leaves you. It leaves you in a sort of a game of almost ineptitude bowl next week against Ole Miss. It's a couple of offenses that just couldn't get anything going. Ole Miss against, admittedly, a pretty good group of 5 team and a really good Memphis defense. I don't know what to make of what you saw from Arkansas today against an FCS team that came from 2 time zones away. I just don't know what to make of that, but I know from some of the text that we're seeing here that we're seeing it a couple of different ways. Some fans thinking that, this is what you saw last year from week 1 through week 12, which was a team that looked overmatched at times against SEC teams, and ran a vanilla playbook when you were expecting, 31 flavors. And then here's what Justin and Ocala texts in on the Cherokee Casino hotline. And I wondered about this. You and I texted about it earlier. I don't know if this will be the case. I think Justin expects that Chad Morris was playing possum with Ole Miss. Doesn't want them to see what he really has planned for them next week. He says, can we be realistic about the play calling? Stated before and after that was base offense, base defense. Did we underestimate and think vanilla would dominate? Yes, but this is not the full product. We showed Ole Miss 0, 3 screens, 2 deep shots. Ole Miss showed everything that they possibly had. And I just wonder, with a brand new team, essentially on offense, are you really going to just go vanilla 1 week and then break out the playbook the second week against Ole Miss? I wonder about that. What do you think? 877-377-6963 to get in on the Cherokee Casino hotline. Brought to you by Cherokee Casino and Hotel Roland and West Siloam Springs. You still have a little bit of time to get in on their $95,000 Sun and Fun in August, because this is the last day of August. It is Saturdays in August, in fact. And you can play your way to some serious cash, $95,000, and also enjoy this weekend's Labor Day buffet, all you can eat. Live entertainment every Friday and Saturday night at Lee Creek Tavern. That's Cherokee Casino and Hotel, Roland and West Siloam Springs. We'll come back with more of your Hog Reaction after this break.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
The summer of over $500,000 guaranteed is wrapping up at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs. Join us every Saturday in August for $1,000 drawings every hour from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and $5,000 at 9 p.m. Continue earning entries for your chance at the summer's final grand prize drawing of $200,000 on August 31st at 10 p.m. Only at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs, U.S. Highway 412 and 59. The experience you deserve. See One Star Rewards Club for full rules and details.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Does this sound like you?
Or is this more like it?
Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter agents Ted McAvoy or Jeff Clark about a free insurance review.
This Coors Light is the perfect temperature. How can I tell just based on the sound? I can't. But I can see that the mountain on the can is blue. And when the mountain is blue, your Coors Light is perfectly cold. Coors Light is cold lagered for a crisper taste, cold filtered for brightness and clarity, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Doesn't that sound good? Coors Light, as cold as the Rockies, available down the street. 2019 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith, 484-9888, and in Van Buren, 474-9888, and online at kohlergreen.com.
Painting your ceiling but afraid of the mess? Hurry to Metters Lumber True Value for a gallon of bright white Easy Care ceiling paint for only $12.99. This non-splatter, quick-dry formula is water-based acrylic, so it's less messy and cleans up easily with soap and water. It also comes with a 15-year warranty. Pick up this great bargain of the month, along with brushes, ladders, tarps, and other accessories to make your painting project go smoothly while supplies last. Have questions? Just ask the painting experts at Metters Lumber True Value.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
Is your home secure? No, really. Is your home secure? Do you just ignore the dog yapping, roll over, and go back to sleep? Guardtronic, the oldest alarm company in Arkansas, can make sure you sleep soundly. Founded in 1959, Guardtronic will make sure your home or business is protected against fire and burglary. How much do you have to lose? Call us at 785-2323 for a free quote before the bad guys make a call on you. Or visit Guardtronic.com. License E050. Whitaker Village Wine and Spirits is your full-service liquor store at exit 41 off I-40. Whitaker Village Wine and Spirits has all your favorite brands of beers and craft beers, plus wines and spirits, all at great prices. And no one has more Arkansas wines, including Whitaker's award-winning wines. Plus, they have a convenient drive-thru. It's not just a stop, it's an experience. Open 7 days a week. You heard that right, Sundays too. Whitaker Village Wine and Spirits, your full-service liquor store at exit 41 off I-40.
Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino Mobile Studios.
Sean Thompson says it right on our Twitter feed right now. Ty Richardson, he says somebody might want to check on Eddie in Clarksville in a few hours. Phone call sounded intense, and I thought I heard Eddie's voice crack a few times there. He was not very happy. It is Hog Reaction. Phil Elson here with Ty Richardson. We're brought to you by Randall Ford, Bud Light, Cherokee Casino Studios. And let's go to the Cherokee Casino hotline. Got a couple of calls in here to react. Robbie is in Virginia. Robbie, you're first up on Hog Reaction.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's,
you just saw it. Tell me.
Good to hear from you. Hey, Ty, long time no talk to you, man.
No, it's been a minute, dude.
Brother.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm moving to San Diego, so right now I'm in Virginia for training. So, there's worse places in the world to be. So I had to catch the stream online, watch the game. It kind of is what it is, a win's a win, but, dude, when you're having to put your first teamers in the last drive in the fourth quarter, this is exactly the reason why I quit drinking heavily when I watch Arkansas games. It's because, you get there and you get all this hype and you get all the nonsense that you talk about all during the summertime. Get in the fall camp and it's kind of like, blah, 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 homer, homer, homer. You hear the same crap from everybody. You're like, okay, I'm going to see the product on the field. And what did I see today? I saw a John Chavis team that kept Arkansas from getting embarrassed by going 0-1 against the FCS team is what I saw. Chad Morris's offense and Craddock's play calling, it was absolutely nothing short of pathetic tonight. You hit the nail on the head, Ty. And I'm being very calm about it because, when you watch the game, you're like, you just kind of felt like, we were just out of sync. Something just, the timing was off. And that's Ben Hicks who knows his offense and it's off. I mean, imagine if we had one of the young guys like last year where we throw somebody in the fire and they're having to run this offense. There's tons of talent on the field. The scheme just seems off. Something seems off. I can't put my finger on it. And it just seems weird. It seemed like guys were flying around the football on the defensive side, on the offensive side. It seemed like some guys wanted to make some plays, and other folks would rather be, drinking out of a keg upside down because, we had a couple of receivers that, they needed some stickum or something because the ball just wasn't going to, they weren't seeing it all the way into their hands.
I think we heard in the offseason, we heard about how Chase Harrell had really picked up his catching, Robbie, and this game was anything but that.
Yeah, and what the sad thing was? That, he drops a couple balls and Morris just leaves them in there. And I'm like, most coaches, D1 players that have balls to him in their hands, they just pull him out of the game. Another one was, I think there was one that Hicks threw behind him a little bit, and guys on Twitter were like, well, he threw it behind him. All Starkle apologists. And I'm like, okay, listen, if you're a D1 football player and the ball hits you in the hands, I don't care if you had to twist backwards looking like Mr. Incredible. You need to catch the ball. We need to stop making excuses. Because the rest of the SEC schedule most of them played Division I FBS teams today and got beat. I mean, Auburn's getting beat right now against Oregon. I mean, imagine if we played Auburn tonight, how bad that game would have gone. I'm telling you, Ole Miss played a really good Memphis team today, and if we play like this next week, we're going to lose by 3 touchdowns. Because Ole Miss isn't a bad team. They had some problems on offense. So let me tell you, man, I'll stick with 4-8, but if we don't get it together and we don't start doing some things cohesively on offense, dude, this might be 2018 times 2. So that's just kind of my opinion. Love hearing you guys. I'll take your comments off the air.
Robbie, I'll tell you what. I mean, Arkansas does get a win, but if you put this Arkansas team on the field, replacing any of the SEC teams that lost today, whether it's Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, potentially Mizzou, they're down by 10 at halftime against Wyoming on the road in Laramie. I don't think Arkansas does any better. In fact, they probably do worse. So it just wasn't a very good look. I wondered about this watching Chase Harrell drop these passes today. There was no Hudson Henry sighting. I don't think he got on the field. I don't see him on the participation list on the box score, so I don't think that the 5-star tight end was out there today. I don't remember seeing him out there, and I watched every play.
So C.J. O'Grady
Mm-hmm.
did not participate today. He was not in pads or anything. You had Grayson Gunner. You had Chase Harrell, who I mentioned. But, yeah, I'm with you. And especially it's backed up by the stat sheet. Yeah, he didn't play. So he's still a freshman situation. He's trying to pick up the offense and stuff like that. But I think a lot of fans, according to ESPN, he's your highest recruit that you brought in. They were hoping to see him, but maybe it might be later down the road in the season he does participate. But you'd much rather him be ready than just tossed in the fire and doesn't know what he's doing. So that's kind of my take on that.
4 catches, 30 yards for your tight ends. Grayson Gunner grabbed 3 balls for 16. Chase Harrell caught 1 of the 5 targets that came his way and got 14 yards. It was C.J. O'Grady on the field. You're going to probably get a lot more production from your tight end position. We're brought to you today by Randall Ford. Ty, tell them what's going on at Randall Ford right now.
Oh, lots of things are going on. New Ford Ranger 0% with $2,000 off additional money with trade. New F-150s 0% for 72 months. Labor Day sale all this weekend. Hot dogs, chips, raffle for prizes. Again, Monday, big Labor Day sale. So you're going to want to take advantage of that at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. They are the 4th oldest Ford dealership in the business. They've been doing business for quite some time now. Go see them over at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Tom in Fort Worth texts in, I'm completely deflated after that game. We should have been able to convert and get the first down so many times. We should have been able to play vanilla offense and get it done, have third string in by the 4th quarter. He's heard Morris has had his hand on the offense more than he ever has had before. So is Craddock calling the plays or is Morris calling them? Either way, not acceptable. That, again, is Tom in Fort Worth. What's your reaction? 877-377-6963 to get in on Hog Reaction. We'll take a quick break and back with more. It's Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
This is Hog Football Reaction, streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Hello, would you like me to find workout classes near you?
There are no stores that sell glasses within 10 miles of your location.
There's enough artificial in the world. That's why Michelob Ultra is brewed with no artificial colors or flavors. With just 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. 2019 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams carbs, 0.6 grams protein, and 0.0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
The summer of over $500,000 guaranteed is wrapping up at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs. Join us every Saturday in August for $1,000 drawings every hour from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and $5,000 at 9 p.m. Continue earning entries for your chance at the summer's final grand prize drawing of $200,000 on August 31st at 10 p.m. Only at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs, U.S. Highway 412 and 59. The experience you deserve. See One Star Rewards Club for full rules and details.
This is Hog Football Reaction, streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Right now, I'm holding a perfectly ice-cold Coors Light. You know how I know it's the perfect temperature? Because the mountain on the can is blue. And also, it's really cold. Every Coors Light is cold-filtered, cold-lagered, and cold-packaged. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue, because that means it's ready to enjoy. Coors Light, as cold as the Rockies. Available down the street. 2019 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Spring is in the air. Not in the house, Dalton. Okay, AJ. Aw, snap, I told you not in the house. Red Kool-Aid all over the white carpet. Mom and Dad are gonna... It's okay, AJ. I can't believe it. We're so in trouble. I told you so.
Thank you for calling Service Master Clean. This is Tanya. How can I help you?
Tanya, it's Dalton. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. Think Service Master Clean. Visit us online at smcleanonline.com.
Got a mystery stain on the carpet and the kids insist they don't know what it is? Or you're just ready to give the house a good spring cleaning? Call Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Call today for spring specials.
Service Master Clean. For the clean you expect and the service you deserve. It's okay, AJ.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from WOW World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional Dish authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recording anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, WOW World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474 for more details. Or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or visit us online at shopwownow.com. Get the Hopper 3 today by calling WOW World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474. Or online at shopwownow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
What's your next obsession? If it's diving lessons, Ocean Impact Dive Shop, Western Arkansas, and Eastern Oklahoma's premier dive shop is waiting on you. Ocean Impact is a full-service 5-star PADI dive shop offering airfills and tank inspections. The staff can answer all your questions and get you started on your underwater adventure. Ocean Impact Dive Shop, 2127 South 56th Street, Fort Smith. Don't wait. Get to Ocean Impact Dive Shop. Go get your dive on.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino Mobile Studios.
Bill Elson, Ty Richardson with you here on Hog Reaction. 877-377-6963 to get with us on the Cherokee Casino hotline for a call or a text. Let's go to Gary in Fort Smith. He is on our Cherokee Casino hotline. Gary, time for your reaction. What's up?
Hey, guys. I've never watched a Razorback victory that looked and felt so much like a loss, but we did get a W. I would rather be in Fayetteville than in Oxford or Knoxville or Columbia tonight. And what I see in college football today is there's about 5 or 8 teams that's above everybody else, and everybody else is really, really close. And we better be ready to play every week because all the teams in our schedule have some people that can play, and it's obvious beyond the first team we don't have much depth, and hopefully we don't get a lot of people hurt because we're going to be struggling big time, especially offensive line, because we show a lot of deficiencies there, and we certainly didn't stretch the field today on offense. I'm looking at it from a marketing standpoint. I mean, the product that they're selling is just it's hard to swallow. It's just tough. I didn't feel any energy in the stadium. It's just a game. I mean, you just like get it over with, but there's not a lot of excitement yet, and these guys have to learn how to win again. It's obvious. They've got to do 4 quarters and 60 minutes, and they're nowhere near it. So all I can say is a W and move on. And hopefully it gets better because, again, I'd rather be our shoes than people that's got a loss tonight. So let's just move on to the next game. That's about all you could say. Burn the film. Thanks, guys.
You got it. Appreciate that, Gary. And really, I mean, I hear a lot of people saying a win is a win, and no matter what, that's the case. But, I mean, hey, there are differences between victories because let's just look to, like Florida's win over Miami, and you heard Dan Mullen reacting in a game that his team did not play perfectly. I mean, there was a lot of sloppiness in that game from their offense, from their defense, and yet he was reacting almost like they had just won the SEC championship at the end. It was a happy coach. When you heard Chuck Barrett's postgame interview today on the IMG postgame show with Chad Morris, and he tried to start on a positive note by mentioning, you're 1-0, and even Chad Morris, who I think is positive to his core. I think he had a lot of trouble selling positivity from his personality.
You can sell positivity from one side of the football, and that's on defense. You only allowed 230 yards. You were in the backfield the majority of the time. I mean, that was pretty impressive from that end. But on the offensive side, which Chad Morris is known for, to be this offensive guru and have so much of a different background to be able to come in and fix this Arkansas team from the offensive side. Hats off to John Chavis. Hats off to his staff for what they did today. I know you would probably rather just be under 10, but, I mean, they were all over the field, Phil. 3 interceptions. I mean, sack-wise, they were just in the backfield, 6 sacks. They probably should have had a few more if it wasn't for Davis Alexander having the wheels on him and getting a couple sticky situations a couple times. They did their job. The offense didn't. And what do fans typically look more into when it comes to football? How many points you can put up. The offense didn't do anything today. They didn't measure up to their potential. They didn't measure up to what fans expected them to. And I guarantee you Chad Morris is going to lay into those guys. Either he did it already or he's going to continue, because what they did today on that football field is exactly what he stressed so many times last season. Unacceptable. That was an unacceptable performance from the offensive side of football today.
Lines are open on the Cherokee Casino hotline, 877-377-6963. Let's go to Chris. He's in Greenwood. Chris, react. What do you think?
You there, Chris? There we go.
Good evening, guys. I just wanted to first say that I enjoy y'all's show during the day. I don't get to listen to it very much because I'm at work, but y'all do a great job.
Appreciate
and
that.
Phil, you do an awesome job calling the baseball team. I wish there was some way we could go ahead and just skip this football season and move right to baseball, but I guess reality is reality. Guys, I'm just the 3.5 hours today I had of my life that I'm not going to get back watching, just low quality football team. I'm from Greenwood. Luckily, I have my Greenwood Bulldogs, and we know how to win down here. But anyhow, it's sad because the product we have on the field is not correlating with the ticket prices that fans have to pay. And the question I would have is, how is Arkansas's ticket prices ranked compared to other teams in the SEC?
I can tell you from a student, Arkansas, from the student prices that they did, because we talked about this on the show last year, they were in the bottom half in terms of cheapness. I can't tell you about the overall ticket prices and the donations, the Razorback Foundation, all that. I can just tell you from the student perspective that the students at least get a good deal. But
you want to use more of a positive marketing term. Use the term value instead of cheapness, I think.
Yes, value. I'd be interested in knowing what that is, because I used to buy tickets, season tickets. It's probably been 10 years ago or so, but the ticket prices have just gotten too high. We talk about tickets, gas, and everything involved in going to the games. It's just gotten too much, and with the quality of the product we have on the field, it's just not worth it. I just don't think it's fair to the fans and everybody else having to pay these prices for a poor quality game. Heck, I get better quality football going down and watching the Greenwood football team play for $6. But another question I had, guys, is, and I want y'all's honest opinion, don't sugarcoat or anything like that. Are we going to go 0 again in the SEC?
Ask us next week, because next week's your best shot. You're playing a team at Ole Miss whose quarterback looked even more lost than Ben Hicks did today.
Yes, but they also played a little bit better quality opponent than what
yes,
we
they did.
played. played. Bottom line is we played an FCS school, and I don't think they were a very good FCS school. I think they were like 0-11 like 2 years ago. I think they may have won like 4 or 5 games last year, so they're not a very good quality FCS school. And the thing is the Razorback program. I mean, first of all, we're the Vanderbilt SEC now, and even in the FBS, we're a low tier quality football team, and I just don't think it's fair. I mean, the team has such great fan support. Everybody comes, boss games. You got Eddie Clarksville, hooting everybody on and everything. And I just think it's a disservice for the team to play the way they are with all the great fans. And, we don't expect a whole lot from the team. We're happy if they win 7 games. But, you take a school like Auburn, if they win 7 or 8 games, the coach gets fired. But that's all I got, guys. Dilly, y'all have a good evening.
And I think Chris makes a good point. But this is an FCS team that's different from, say, like Northern Iowa that went to 3 overtimes at Iowa State today and loses by 3. Northern Iowa is one of the better FCS teams. Portland State is not one of the better FCS teams. By the way, if you do like our show, Halftime is aired Monday through Friday, 12 to 2 on ESPN Arkansas in the River Valley and in Hot Springs up in Harrison as well, so tune into that. Let's go to John in Van Buren on the Cherokee Casino Hotline. Good evening, John. What'd you think of the game today?
Well, obviously, like you guys said, completely unacceptable. But I just want to touch base with the part, people saying that we didn't open up our playbook, supposedly saving it for Ole Miss. I don't buy that whatsoever, and I think most of the fan base don't buy that. It's the same thing we saw last year, really just getting blown off the line of scrimmage, and, the play calling is, you just didn't really see any shots down the field. I guess maybe he just don't have time to take a shot down the field. I don't know what it is. It's like we just don't ever throw anything deep down the field, to open up the offense or something, and just, and I feel like next week, I think most fans feel like that it's, a very pivotal game for us. You lose this game against Ole Miss, and I think you're in for a 2-3 win season. I'm just being realistic. What do you guys think?
I'll tell you what, I think that you saw an effect of the injuries to Jordan Jones and Deion Stewart, the fact that Trey Knox was out of practice for 8 to 9 days due to what the ESPN telecasters referred to as about a mononucleosis. I think what we thought was a deep receiver core was just cut down a little bit because of injuries and illness. And you didn't get a lot from your receivers just because I don't know if there are a lot that were actually able to get on the field that you felt comfortable with. You had Burks, who looked good. I like Treylon Burks. He looked good. 3 catches, 52 yards. Mike Woods, 5 catches, 30 yards. Other than that, not much from the wide receiver position. It's a good call, John. If you want to get with us, Cherokee Casino Hotline is open, 877-377-6963. We'll take a break. It's Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
This is Hog Football Reaction, streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Barley is the soul of Budweiser. That's why we've been working with the same family-owned American farms for more than 50 years to harvest it. The secrets to growing this grain perfectly have been passed down through 3 generations. For them, it's a legacy. And it's why only the best barley and locally sourced ingredients are used to make Budweiser. Budweiser is proudly raised across America. This Bud's from our barley farmers. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
34 million Americans smoke. That's about 1 in 7 people. Not every smoker wants to continue using cigarettes. Juul was designed by smokers for smokers to be a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. Juul is a vapor product that contains nicotine for a satisfying transition. If you're one of the 34 million adults who smoke, know that there is an alternative to cigarettes. Make the switch at Juul.com. That's JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
This is Hog Football Reaction, streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
Oh, how can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
They do. I'm one happy camper.
Maybe that's the reason so many people come to Shelter for their car insurance. We have great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. To find an agent near you, go to shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask shelter agents Marsha Cox or Phil Hicks about a free insurance review.
Miss Anna's on Towson is quickly becoming one of Fort Smith's favorite haunts. We're now serving breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Blue Plate specials served Monday through Friday. And don't forget about 99-cent Pie Tuesday. So whether you're craving some of our great kickin' chicken or one of our world-famous desserts, Miss Anna's is the place to be. 5001 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, 649-6300. That's 649-6300.
When's the last time you did date night at Doe's? Doe's Steakhouse always has the charm and great atmosphere. Plus, the area's largest selection of in-stock wines. And all of the award-winning steaks at Doe's are perfect for sharing. And there's no charge for an extra side or salad when you share. Doe's is proud to be the premier steakhouse in Fort Smith at 422 North 3rd. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. So make it a date night at Doe's for a great experience every time.
Fall has arrived. Back to school, football games, hunting season, and we know that you don't have the time to deal with an auto accident. Let Evans Body Shop help you through the process from beginning to end. Our caring office staff will take care of the insurance details, and our dedicated shop crew will make sure that your vehicle is repaired properly and beautifully, and that you are back on the road in no time. Come meet us today and see why we say we meet the nicest people by accident. Visit with us at 412 Gordon Avenue in Van Buren, just off Fayetteville Road.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
O'Reilly. A dead battery can leave you stranded, so get yours tested for free during Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Need a replacement? Purchase a Superstart Extreme or Superstart Platinum battery and get up to $25 in O'Reilly gift cards after a mail-in rebate. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did someone say, I'm hungry? Visit 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Try the new panini sandwiches like the Chicken Pyro or the Cubana or the signature 906 wings. Jumbo wings roasted with honey bacon jam. Want some spice? Try the black and blue wings. Experience their salads, flatbreads, coffees and desserts, top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Treat your appetite on the Avenue.
True Grit Running Company is where perseverance meets passion. Whether you're training for your next marathon or just comfortable shoes to keep up with your kids, we have the gear to help you reach your goals. With our slow motion gait analysis and our extensive product knowledge, we have the right pair of shoes for you. We also carry apparel, nutrition, hydration accessories, injury prevention gear, and recovery products. We offer classes, workshops, and group runs. Lace up, show up, and get your grit on. True Grit Running Company, 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino Mobile Studios.
Phil Elson with Ty Richardson, your halftime hosts here on ESPN Arkansas, also on 99.5 up there in Northwest Arkansas. We appreciate them putting us on tonight. Of course, you can hear the Morning Rush Monday through Friday on 99.5 ESPN Northwest Arkansas. Brought to you today by Cherokee Casino and Hotel Roland and West Siloam Springs. Still time to get in on their $95,000 Sun and Fun in August. You can also enjoy the all-you-can-eat buffet this Labor Day weekend. Live entertainment every Friday, Saturday night at Lee Creek Tavern, Cherokee Casino, and Hotel Roland and West Siloam Springs. Let's go to that Cherokee Casino hotline after a 20-13 victory for Arkansas over Portland State. Steve in Cedarville, you're on Hog Reaction.
Yeah, you know, we heard about how much improvement we were going to have at quarterback this year, and I think they ran off two quarterbacks that were way better than anything we saw today. Ty Story and Nolan, if they had not brought Ben Hicks in, then Nolan would probably have stayed and not win all baseball. But they all knew that when he brought Ben Hicks in that was going to be the starting quarterback because he had played for him before. I watched Friday night playbacks of the high school football, and I can tell you for sure that the quarterbacks on the high school teams and receivers have a better connection than what the University of Arkansas has got with all their high-powered coaches up there.
All right. Well, this is somebody that does not like the quarterback play, and I'll tell you, for a moment there, I thought you were going to go with Ty Storey and Cole Kelly, bringing in Connor Nolan. I think he's in the sport that probably suits him best. I tell you what, with the exception, well, it's two big exceptions. With the exception of the interception and the fact that he, for some reason, didn't spike with 7 seconds left in the first half, I saw some things from Nick Starkel today that I liked. You could also see what everybody was talking about. There's a major difference in arm strength between the two. And I wonder if Ben Hicks is the quarterback to unleash the deep balls that we just didn't see much. Starkel has that sort of arm.
And that goes back to the idea of how many deep shots did they take today, whether it was Hicks or Starkel. There weren't a lot. They didn't do a lot of downfield passing. And that leads me to believe, again, that some fans don't want to hear this, and that's fine, but he didn't exactly unveil the full playbook today. He wasn't chucking and ducking, throwing 30, 40-yard bombs. I mean, there was not a lot of downfield passing. Now, maybe that's playing to Ben Hicks' strengths. He had a few from Starkel, but the quarterback play, it's kind of like Steve said. It wasn't up to par, and he's exactly right. And I don't know if I would go to the degree that Ty Storey or Cole Kelly last year were better than that. I don't know if I can go that far, but after all you heard this offseason, and heard not only from Arkansas coaches, but I was also part of this group of the Arkansas media that's like telling everyone the quarterback position is far and away better than it was last year. You can't believe that after what you saw today. I mean, come on.
The one positive from this game, Ty, is that we no longer have to go by what the coaches are telling you from scrimmages. That, we got better today. Team didn't get better today. All that sort of stuff, all the 20 minutes per day that media got to see that nobody could really react to. Now you actually could see a full 3-hour game in which things did not go according to plan on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, this team played well today. It is about your reaction on Hog Reaction, brought to you by Randall Ford, Bud Light, and Cherokee Casino Studios. 877-377-6963 for you to react. That's good for a call or a text. Ty, pick out a couple of your favorite texts to see what our reactions are coming in from listeners.
Oh, man, there's a bunch of texts, social media stuff. I mean, it's all over the place. I know our friend Gary in Arkadelphia was not happy about this football team's performance. He says, oh, no, the Hogs still suck. They should have been up by 4 TDs by half. No offense, questionable defense. Don't know if I agree with that. Defense was questionable today. They played pretty good. Win still feels like loss. I'll agree with you here. Can the Hog win 2 games this year? Yes, they can win 2 football games. Not looking good. I'll get to that. And then the question, if Morris can't get to 5 wins, is he done after year 2? And we've said all offseason, you better get to 5 wins so we don't have to be questioning the job title by the end of the season. Because if you go over the SEC 2 straight years, that's not good.
And part of what you didn't see today that maybe you get to see in the future that opens the playbook up are just more playmakers to handle the ball when the quarterback lets go of it. You saw Rakeem Boyd make some plays. You saw Traylon Burks make some plays, Mike Woods. But Trey Knox, this is not the Trey Knox that you expect to see even in his freshman season. He just didn't look like, you missed 9 practices. You're not going to be the same sort of player. Without C.J. O'Grady, C.J. O'Grady is going to be their leading receiver this year. He was not on the field, and you were wanting more from your tight end. It certainly looked like the quarterbacks were wanting more from their tight ends as well. Lots to react to on Hog Reaction after a 20-13 victory over FCS Portland State. We'll come back for the second hour on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
The summer of over $500,000 guaranteed is wrapping up at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs. Join us every Saturday in August for $1,000 drawings every hour from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and $5,000 at 9 p.m. Continue earning entries for your chance at the summer's final grand prize drawing of $200,000 on August 31st at 10 p.m. only at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs, U.S. Highway 412 and 59. The experience you deserve. See One Star Rewards Club for full rules and details.
Experience the charm and romantic atmosphere at Wiedeker Weinkeller Restaurant and Wine Cellars in historic Wiedeker Village. Enjoy old world charm in the candlelit wine cellar that dates back to 1880. Enjoy unique Swiss and German entrees, as well as tender, delicious steaks. Taste and sample Wiedeker's award-winning wines. Celebrating 52 years as an Arkansas tradition, Wiedeker Wine Cellars and Weinkeller Restaurant, open 7 days a week on Highway 186, 4 miles south off I-40 and exit 41.
Get hot summer savings now during the Labor Day sales event at Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Stigler, Oklahoma. Incredible offers on an impressive selection of new 2018 still in stock and the stylish new 2019s. Huge savings through Labor Day on trucks, SUVs, cars, and minivans. Don't miss it, the Labor Day sales event going on now at Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Stigler. To view the inventory, look them up at buywilliams.com.
Voice lets him know he's safe. Shelter Insurance does the same for you. Roadside assistance provided by Road America is now included with your auto policy. We'll take care of you. Thank you. While you take care of what's most important. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call me, Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Or call me, Jim Malum in Charleston.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown has ended. Arkansas football begins today.
All right, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson there. We still got about another 30 minutes of Hog reaction for you coming up. We got a lot to talk about. 2013 win for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
The Bud Light Countdown has ended. Arkansas football begins today. ESPN Radio Sports. Scores, interviews, analysis. This is Hog Football Reaction. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light. Broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino mobile studios. Now with Tommy Kraft, here's John Neighbors.
Phil Elson along with Ty Richardson. We're your halftime host. You can hear us every Monday through Friday on ESPN Arkansas, 96.3 in Hot Springs, 95.3 in the River Valley, 104.3 in Harrison. And, of course, we're also live tonight on 99.5 ESPN Northwest Arkansas. We are brought to you today by Randall Ford, Bud Light, and Cherokee Casino Studios. This is after Arkansas's 20-13 win over Portland State. Hogs advance to 1-0. They do avoid the fate of already 3 other schools that have lost their opening game. Ole Miss losing on the road at Memphis 15-10. South Carolina loses to Mack Brown in his second debut with North Carolina 24-20. And Tennessee suffers a home loss to Georgia State 38-30. And I guess it would also help out to update on some other scores that are currently being undergone in the SEC, and a surprising score from Laramie where the Wyoming Cowboys are up 34-17 over the Missouri Tigers. That is a surprise to see Missouri struggling that badly on the road. Oregon right now 21-6 beating Auburn with about 8 minutes left in the third. LSU 52-3. No trouble for the Tigers against Georgia Southern. That's heading into the fourth quarter. Late in the third quarter in Nashville, Georgia has a 24-6 lead against Vanderbilt. This show is all about your reaction to Arkansas's win. 877-377-6963 is the number to get with us. Let's go to the hotline right now. Ty, you had told me the name of the caller, but I wasn't able to hear it. So, caller, you are on the air. React. What do you think about a 7-point win over Portland State? Hello, anybody there? You're on the air.
All right, man.
Give me your name. Who is this, and where are you?
Jason in Fort Smith.
All right, Jason, go for it. What do you think?
Man, probably some of the most boring football I've ever witnessed as a Razorback fan. My concern is that the team may give up like they did last year. And how does Hunter Yurachek, deal with that? I just think Coach Morris is in over his head. I think how many years did it take him to get to a bowl with SMU?
Well, I think that was the second season they were bowl eligible, I believe. I don't know if that. Yeah, you can compare the rebuild at two situations as well. I don't know if that it necessarily works out. But, you sound like you're disappointed by what you saw, certainly offensively. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. No creativity, lack of plays being made where you expected plays to be made. And, see, this is a game that you should have won by at least 30 points or more.
Well, my first year at the University of Arkansas, Houston Nutt came along, and I'll be honest, the first game I didn't even go to it because I was just like, man, Danny Ford era, we're going to stink. And he came in and had passion, and we won a bunch of football games. And I just don't understand. I don't know if Coach Morris has the it factor. Frank Broyles had the it factor. Even though Houston Nutt, couldn't develop a quarterback, he was able to have passion to get like Matt Jones and Darren McFadden to get an offensive line to do a respectful job, and I'm just not seeing any of that now. And I tell you what, if we win 2 games this year or 3, we've got to get a passionate guy with the it factor, in my opinion. And unfortunately, we were hoping Coach Morris would be that guy. I've got some strong doubts, very strong doubts. Apparently, he can't evaluate quarterbacks. Ben Hicks, just terrible. He looked like Brandon Allen on some of his worst days. So anyway, I just hope the Hog fan base just tries to hang in there. But if it doesn't work, man, we got to stick a fork in it and do something else.
All right, Jason, thanks for the phone call. I think putting the cart ahead of the horse just a little bit, calling for, whatever the next coach will be like. You wonder, though, about Hicks. A quarterback who set school records at SMU in passing touchdowns and yardage a couple of seasons ago. And again, it's supposed to be the same offense, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to see everything being run in such a slower manner. They would try to pick up the pace, but things never really found the rhythm that I think they were expecting to see.
Which is a bummer, man.
Yeah, rhythm is not a word you would use. And you have to give the defense credit for not allowing Portland State to ever feel comfortable running their offense. You could talk about Arkansas's quarterback play. Davis Alexander spent the entire game. I think I heard Chuck Barrett referred to it as sandlot football at one point. Who cares what plays that Portland State drew up? He was running for his life every single snap. Defensively, good effort. Offensively, a lot left to be desired. It is Hog Reaction. Get with us, 877-377-6963. That's the Cherokee Casino hotline. Rakeem Boyd was good, though, Ty. You have to definitely, without question, go with the idea that Rakeem Boyd was very good. 18 carries, 114 yards, showing the speed and elusiveness that I think we got used to at times last year. Boyd, very good. I also was impressed with Davion Warren. Warren showing some speed when he gets to the edge. He had one nice kick return, and that looks like an athlete that you can build on a little bit. That's somebody I'd like to see get the ball. Certainly it looks like the kind of player that you expected T.J. Hammonds would be.
Yeah, jet sweeps and stuff like that. He looked good coming off it, and there was I think he was the one that took the first kick return that Arkansas got a chance at, and he almost busted it for a much longer game than originally anticipated. We got to go back to last year. Remember, I mean, he housed that one against Auburn. Or was that 2 years ago? So I think it was a 92-yard touchdown.
I think that's right.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. So that was him. So I mean,
that was last year.
I think it was last year. So I mean, this is a guy that has game-changing speed, and you've been just searching, agonizing over the fact that you haven't had any playmakers in this program. Hopefully, him and then some of the other freshmen that we've talked about numerous times eventually amount to that. But it's one of those things where you hope to see it sooner than later. You don't want to keep hoping. This fan base is tired of hoping, Phil. And you've been hoping all offseason long that this team would look better than they did today, and they didn't. And they came up. And I say this team. I have to separate the team almost because the defense came to play. The offense didn't.
The defense did come to play, and I don't think there's any way around that. But you're going to take any positives from a game like this with a grain of salt. You just are, and probably more than just a grain of salt. I mean, like a half a shaker full of salt. But you're going to take any negative and run with it for the entire 26.2 miles. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you could look at a Cam Curl running around making great plays. You can look at a great interception by Jarquez McClellion, and you can look at McTelvin Agim, creating a lot of havoc in the backfield. And those are all great things. But I think a lot of people will believe that the defense is better if it happens against Ole Miss next week. And even at that point, because Ole Miss has looked terrible, you're still going to wait to see, what happens, probably in the weeks after that.
Yeah, 100%.
Philip is in Charleston. He's dialed in on the Cherokee Casino hotline. It's Hog Reaction. Philip, you're up. What's up?
Hey, guys. Enjoyed the show. I just had a few things. I think our defense did look good, some promising things there. Just like you guys, real disappointed in the offense and what we looked like and the play calling. And did you guys notice Ben Hicks more than a few times look towards the sidelines and throw his hands up, kind of disappointed acting, or I don't know if he's disappointed in the time they're calling the plays, getting the plays to him, or what's going on there. But I just hate to see that, from the stands. And also just a question: if Ben Hicks is our game manager and he's our starting quarterback, why do you take him out and put Starkel in the last 2 minutes of the first half there when we needed the right plays in and somebody that can manage the clock? I don't understand some of the decisions made in this game.
Yes, I can agree with you a little bit. I think it'd be interesting to get some quotes here from the post-game press conferences. Ben Hicks says the most nervous he was probably when he was on the bus on his way over, fell back in his training, went out and played. Hicks said a win is a win. We're 1-0 going into Oxford. Ben Hicks says, I thought I played okay. Nothing spectacular. Moved the ball well, but didn't punch it in the end zone. And Chad Morris already announcing that Ben Hicks does start next week. I thought again, I was not surprised. I don't think anybody was surprised that Nick Starkel got in there and had a couple of series. I just think you were surprised when it occurred. You would have thought that maybe since Hicks ran the offense for every series except the final two in the first half, that he would have run those final two in the first half, and then you see Nick Starkel in the second half. I also think you would have expected to see a lot of other third stringers in there by the fourth quarter, and you weren't playing a one-score game. That was the thing that stood out more than anything else.
And I think that goes to show how unsure Chad Morris and his staff right now are of the quarterback situation. Maybe I'm wrong, but everything up to this point, whether it's not naming his starting quarterback until the week before the ball game, being wishy-washy about it all offseason, what happened tonight, and I know you wanted to get Nick's a little bit of action, but it was just such an awkward situation. And he was given a gift from God, 20-something yard line, goal to go, and he throws an INT. Just weird game from the offensive side of things tonight, Phil.
Other quotes from Chad Morris talking about the switch near the end of the first half at QB. Chad Morris says, I wanted to get Starkel some meaningful snaps and see how he would respond. Austin Capps was injured, had to leave the game. And Chad Morris says, I don't know about Capps. C.J. O'Grady just wasn't ready, but he'll be ready next week. the head coach of the Hogs, goes on. This is a long season. We've got to get these guys ready. He says there were way too many defensive penalties. I mean, how many times in the fourth quarter it almost looked like the defense just got themselves lined up offside more often than not, and committed 4 penalties in that fourth quarter. Ron is dialed in on the Cherokee Casino hotline. Ron in Fort Smith, you're on Hog Reaction.
Hey, guys. Good evening. Couple things. One, I appreciate y'all keeping us informed through the week on your halftime show. Obviously disappointed like most Hog fans, but I'm going to try to look at it from a different perspective. There were a lot of SEC teams that were sluggish today and looked bad. I think the gap between the also-rans and the Power 5 conferences is much smaller than it used to be. The people thinking that our quarterbacks last year were head and shoulders better than what we've got this year, I think are wrong. Just looking at the play, the decisions. We've got to shore up the offensive line. I think that's the big miss today. We left points on the board because we couldn't convert on some third downs where we just allowed too much penetration. There was a lot of good that came out of today as well, just not a lot of points. But we'll see how it looks next week. I still think we're somewhere. You get a break or two, you get to 6 wins. You don't get a break or two, you wind up at 4. But we've got kids coming in that are big time skill players. So that's better than we were 3 or 4 years ago. So anyway, I'd love to hear your reaction. I appreciate your show.
Ron, appreciate you calling us there. Thanks so much. We got to go to the break. We'll come back with our final segment of Hog Reaction. So if you've been holding on to it, let fly. 877-377-6963. It's Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
The summer of over $500,000 guaranteed is wrapping up at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs. Join us every Saturday in August for $1,000 drawings every hour from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and $5,000 at 9 p.m. Continue earning entries for your chance at the summer's final grand prize drawing of $200,000 on August 31st at 10 p.m. Only at Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Siloam Springs, U.S. Highway 412 and 59. The experience you deserve. See One Star Rewards Club for full rules and details.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code. Lesson 42. This is how you say happy hour. It's happy hour. Let's go get some Bud Lights. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
The switch is on to Bill White Volkswagen. Come find out why drivers all over the River Valley are switching to Bill White Volkswagen. With brand new 2019 Volkswagen Jetta S model starting out as low as $16,995. Or how about the third row 7-seat Volkswagen Atlas starting out as little as $29,997. Only at Bill White Volkswagen right here in Fort Smith, or view our entire inventory at BillWhiteVW.com and make the switch.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, what a surprise! We just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
Oh, I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
Maybe I should just move back home. Don't you love me? Oh, of course.
But now your room's Dad's man cave.
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call me, Brandon Zimmerman, in Barling.
Or me, Chris Dooley, in Fort Smith.
Miss Anna's on Towson is quickly becoming one of Fort Smith's favorite haunts. We're now serving breakfast from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Blue Plate specials served Monday through Friday. And don't forget about 99-cent Pie Tuesday. So whether you're craving some of our great kickin' chicken or one of our world-famous desserts, Miss Anna's is the place to be. 5001 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, 649-6300. That's 649-6300.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
From wilderness trails and rugged terrain to long winding roads and sand dunes, every driver has their own hill to climb. Let's get to the top. For a limited time, get a $50 or $70 reward card after submission with the purchase of 4 new select BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires.
Get where you need to be with Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith.
See bfgoodrichtires.com/promo for complete details. Offer expires 9/3/19, void where prohibited.
At Frank Row Furniture, it's August back to school sale. We carry many made in the USA brands, including Jackson, Catnapper, Best, and Union Furniture. We also carry USA-made Speed Clean washers and dryers. If you purchase any Speed Clean unit now through September the 30th, Speed Clean is offering a 10-year parts and labor warranty on any machine. Frank Row Furniture offers 12 months through 60 months financing with 0 down and 0 interest. Also, in-store no credit check financing for 12 months. Frank Row Furniture, best seat in the house.
Bow hunters, it's opening day. You've done all the scouting and practice for the first day of archery season. You're in your tree stand, 18 feet in the air. It's daybreak, wind in your favor. It's prime time, and there he is, the buck of a lifetime. Are you ready? Let the experts at Jelco Outdoors show you the new Matthews Vertex Compound Bow. Ultimate versatility and performance will give you the absolute confidence to make the shot. Jelco Outdoors, your premier archery dealer in the River Valley. Jelco Outdoors, the #1 Matthews dealer in Arkansas.
Get hot summer savings now during the Labor Day sales event at Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Stigler, Oklahoma. Incredible offers on an impressive selection of new 2018 still in stock and the stylish new 2019s. Huge savings through Labor Day on trucks, SUVs, cars, and minivans. Don't miss it, the Labor Day sales event going on now at Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Stigler. To view the inventory, look them up at buywilliams.com.
ESPN 95.3. Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino mobile studios.
Phil Elson with Ty Richardson here, your halftime hosts. Late on Hog Reaction Saturday.
What's up, buddy?
And by the way, we're brought to you by Cherokee Casino and Hotel Roland and West Siloam Springs. Still time to get in on their $95,000 Sun and Fun in August. You can also enjoy the all-you-can-eat buffet this Labor Day weekend. Live entertainment every Friday and Saturday night at Lee Creek Tavern, Cherokee Casino and Hotel Roland and West Siloam Springs. Head to that Cherokee Casino hotline. James in Van Buren, you're on Hog Reaction. Hello, James.
One of the previous. Hey, gentlemen, just an outward observation here. So the other gentleman stated Ben Hicks throwing his hands up, like not understanding the calls, or like, why are we calling this play? How much do you think simplifying the playbook so Ole Miss pretty much has nothing on tape comes into play? I know we weren't winning by a large margin, and this may just be ignorant to say, but that was a basic offense that they ran all day. There was nothing complicated. Run the ball, throw a sweep, simple throws. There was no razzle-dazzle. I mean, are they really that bad off as an offense, or are they just trying to prevent Ole Miss from having ammunition on tape?
For me, this isn't a team that can just throw it out there and say, we got our first real game next week, and so we'll just go do, we'll just do three yards in a cloud of dust. And it's just not this isn't a team that can get away with that right now. They can't treat, as much as you and I, Ty, talked about this weekend's game against Portland State as kind of like a preseason or like a tryout at quarterback in some cases. It's obviously not an offense that can treat it like that. Not at all. I don't think they were playing possum with Ole Miss.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, all I got to say is I hope there's more to the playbook than that, or else it's going to be a hell of a long season, gentlemen.
I hope so, man.
But anyway, I'll leave it at that, and have a good weekend.
You got it. One more on the Cherokee Casino hotline. It's another James. James in Yellville. You're on Hog Reaction.
Yeah, I think we need to chill out just a little bit. To the previous caller there, it was a basic playbook. I mean, I'm no football player. I never played football. I just enjoy watching the Razorbacks. It was a Manila offense today. But that being said, I think we need to give Coach Morris a little bit of time. Obviously, the man can recruit, and I think if you give it to the end of the season and just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, I think you'll see a totally different team by the end of the season. Let these kids get a little college football under their belt. I mean, these kids were playing high school football last night a year ago, and that's pretty. That's it with me. Go Hogs.
All right, James. He's willing to give him some time. And, hey, he makes a good point. A team that you see week 1 is not the team that you see even in week 5 or week 10 or the last game of this season against Missouri. Teams grow. Teams get better. They improve. But at the same time, we can also see that's not always the case. Some teams get worse as the season goes on. I don't see any other way to go but up from right here, to be quite honest, at least on the offensive side.
You think Arkansas fans could take them going down anymore after what they just saw? I mean, I guess a loss is what you saw. There's Chad Moore's quote. He said in the press conference, "I will never apologize for winning." And I think there's some truth to that, but he knows, and he also, after that quote, said, it's like, I'm not saying we played our best games and we got a lot of stuff to work on, but I don't know if Arkansas fans are overreacting to what we saw today. You should have killed this team. This should not have been a close game at all. And I think it was it 5 Dimes? It was 5 Dimes had this as a 28-point line. And I know Vegas isn't right all the time, but y'all, come on. Like that, there is no excuse for what happened on the offensive side of the football today. None. Even if you didn't, and again, I go back to what I said, even if you didn't reveal all your playbook, you still should have been able to put a lot more than 20 points up on the board to them this year. And that's a credit to the defense allowing you to be in certain field position for the majority of the game.
Well, you would have expected more than, just over 50% completion. You would have expected a little more than 191 yards passing. And I think you also would have expected more than a little over 5 yards per play against an FCS opponent. So, I mean, there were positives. Rakeem Boyd looked great. Traylon Burks looked the part. And defensively, I don't think there's a lot to pick apart other than some penalties here and there. But offensively, there's nowhere to go but up next week against Ole Miss.
100% right, Phil.
All right, we appreciate you joining in with us today on Hog Reaction. Join me and Ty Tuesday when we're on the air next time, halftime, on 96.3, 95.3, 104.3. And also stay tuned to the Morning Rush all throughout the week. And we'll be with you throughout the week. Thanks for tuning in to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
The summer of over $500,000